What's going down? What's going down, my people? This is your boy De Lamar, Millionaire Cabrera, coming to you with another fire, inspirational mindset video. How y'all doing out there today? Today we're gonna talk about the four levels of learning. Very important, okay? These are the same levels that they've been using in secret societies. They've been using with the elite. People in groups have been using to learn really quickly, and it's the reason why a lot of people have been ahead of the mass population from these four levels of learning. Trust me, you would not want to miss this. Please get your notebooks out, your notepads out, and take some notes. This is very important. Let's go. Are the four levels of learning, okay? There's this model, okay? The model is called the, the teaching index, okay? The teaching index is basically how willing are you to change in order to make changes. For example, if you're trying to lose weight, as a trainer myself, I cannot work with a client if they're not willing to change, if they're not willing to put the sacrifice into change. I mean, if you're eating donuts every day, and I'm telling you that donuts are keeping, and I love donuts, by the way. If you're keeping, eating these donuts every day, they're stopping you from your success. And if you're doing that, if you're not willing to break away from that, that's not good. That's one of the reasons why people stay fat. Let's be honest. It's because they cannot break away from things that they're doing. Okay. Another example, if you want to be a pro athlete and your trainer or your coach, they're telling you stop hanging around with certain people because those people are, they're messing up your psychology. They're messing up your game. Okay. You're going out on the court all day. I mean, every day, and you're fighting with people. There's a certain mentality that you have to be an athlete. There's a certain mentality that you have to be successful. So in order to change, you have to be willing to change. That's the part of the teaching index, okay? And what a lot of people do not understand is that in order to be teachable, in order to call yourself teachable, in order to say that you are teachable, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to make a change, all right? Now, we're going to talk about these four levels of change and why they're important. For example, for most of my audience here, you probably have your driver's license. I mean, I hope you do. If not, you probably got it taken away. Probably doing something stupid, probably reckless driving or something like that. Whatever. You probably had it at one point. You probably don't. You probably just have your license and you really don't think about it, but there was a training process in order to get your license, and I'm gonna integrate that into these four levels of learning. Okay, as y'all can see, I got the scrub today. I got to get a haircut. It's all good. We quarantining. All right, listen. First, you have conscious. Actually, let's erase that. Let's try this here. You have unconscious competence. Unconscious competence, okay? Unconscious, nope. We're gonna say that for last. So let's say unconscious incompetence. All right? Unconscious incompetence. Unconscious incompetence. What does this mean? Unconscious incompetence. Unconscious incompetence is not knowing what you don't know, right? In a lot of ways, if you cross the street, if you cross the street and you don't know that there's a law that says, you know, when you cross that street, that's considered jaywalking. That's considered illegal. And a police officer sees you cross that street, then you can get hit with a ticket, right? Or you cross that same street and you don't know that this is one of the most dangerous roads in the world. It's probably a blind spot right around the corner, and cars have been passing by every day and killing people every day, and you did not know. And one day you actually go on that road, you cross that road, and you get hit and you get killed. That's unconscious incompetence. So what you don't know can actually hurt you. What you don't know can actually be the death of you. In another way of saying it, right? Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know why that came to my mind. Why did the chicken cross the road? Don't be a chicken. Next, okay? So the first one is unconscious incompetence. Unconscious incompetence. Second one here we got. We have oh shit, I forgot. Okay, so we got conscious sometimes I can't spell, don't make fun of me. So we got conscious incompetence. All right. So, what was the first one? The first one was you don't know what you don't know. And that can actually be a bad thing, because if you don't know what you don't know, you can actually miss out on a lot of opportunities. You can actually waste a lot of money. You can actually kill yourself. You can, not just literally, but you can kill your dreams. You can kill your chances and opportunities of success if you do not know something and you're wasting your time, right? Wasting your energy. The second one, okay? Second one, conscious incompetence. Conscious incompetence. Okay, so I want you to think about that. What am I saying? I'm saying that you consciously know that you don't know. Now, this one is actually better, okay? Being consciously incompetent is actually better than not knowing what you don't know. Why? Because if you know that you don't know, you know that you need to go and know. You get what I'm saying? This is where you need to be. Okay? This is where you need to hang out. That's where you need to hang out to start the learning process. You need to be consciously knowing that you don't know enough. It's actually just a wise thing to do, is to say, hey, I don't know enough. I can learn more. I can learn more. There's always more to learn. I don't have I don't know all information. There's always, things are steady changing. There's always updates. Oh, my battery's going a little bit low. We're gonna make this video a little bit short. But there's always things changing. So I am consciously knowing that I don't know everything. Okay? Once you know that, then you know that that's the first step to the learning process. Everybody got that? I hope you got your pens out. I hope you taking notes right now, because this is real fire information. I want to see you line up in those comments. I want you to line it up in those comments. Tell me what you've learned. Tell me, a time that you have been unconsciously incompetent and it has been not a good situation for you, or you really had to give something up. You had to pay a fine, or you probably went to jail or something. You probably, was hanging around with the wrong people because you did not know that you did not know. All right? Also, conscious incompetence, you just, this is just the starting point of learning, is when you know that you don't know enough. All right, now, so we're going to move over to the second half. I told you it was 4 levels of learning. The first 2 that I just showed you here, this is the starting point. This is either, being the chicken that crossed the road, right? Person that didn't know that they didn't know. And this is knowing that you don't know enough. This is actually better than that first one, right? Knowing that you don't know enough is the way that you want to start, okay? Learning, because you know that there's always something to learn. There's not one person on this earth that knows everything. And trust me, if they know everything, they'll probably be going crazy right now. You don't want to know everything, trust me. You don't want to know everything. You don't want to know what certain people be doing. Shit, I don't. You can say that. I don't want to know everything that you do. Everything that you do behind closed doors and everything. Certain things you just don't want to know. You don't want to know. Y'all feel me? Okay. And that's actually being consciously incompetent too. I don't want to know that shit. Okay, so when you have become consciously incompetent, when you realize that there's things that you don't know and that you need to learn to become better. If you're an athlete, if you're a prime star athlete, you can look at all the athletes, all the stars, all the people that are successful, entrepreneurs, bankers and YouTubers, they're always steady learning. They are constantly reading, constantly learning. Readers are leaders, okay? Readers are leaders. Readers are what? Readers are leaders, okay? They lead the world. They read. You can even look at our previous president. He that shall not be named. If you read Harry Potter, you know what I mean. He that shall not be named. The readers of the world are the leaders, okay? The readers are leaders. Readers are leaders. I think I said that enough, okay? You look at that guy, you look at the ex-president, the guy was always reading newspapers, reading tweets. He was reading this about him, that about him. It was in the wrong, I was always ego-driven, but that's a different lesson there. Readers are leaders. You got that? Okay, so we're gonna move over to the you can call it a quadrant, you can call it the half. We're gonna move over to the other half of the learning model here. Okay, so we talked about incompetent. Okay, you guys, come on now. Incompetent. Okay, I think I'm forgetting now. All right, so the first one was incompetent, unconscious incompetence, right? What you don't know can hurt you if you don't know it. The second one was conscious incompetence. What you know now that you don't know everything, so that's better than not knowing what can actually hurt you, right? Third, when you begin this learning process and you learn that there's things that you don't know that you need to know in order to become better, we call that conscious competence. Okay, what does this mean? What is conscious competence? Hopefully you guys can read my handwriting here. I'm not the penmanship award winner of 2021. That's not me. Never been that. I don't mind. I ain't tripping. Okay? All I care about is that bank account reflect my value, and the people around me, the people that know me, know that I'm giving out fire value and that I love you. And I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste your time, so don't waste mine. I hope that you have a pen and that you're writing out this information. This is super fire information. It's very important. If you miss this, you're going to miss that last boat. You're going to miss that last boat. 2021 is that boat, that last boat, okay, for success. I promise you that. It's going to get real, real dark if you don't. All right, so we stick to this here. You learn effectively, okay? This is your ticket out, is learning how to learn. Let me just say something real quick. Most people, most coaches and most teachers, this is the problem with the school system. They teach you what they want you to learn. That's it. That's my biggest problem with the school system. They don't teach you how to learn. They don't teach you how to be a leader. They don't teach you how to grab information that is applicable for you, that is useful to you. They teach you things that they want you to learn, and they send you on your damn way. No. You have to be consciously competent. You have to know what you are learning, okay? You have to know what you're learning. You have to be aware. When I say aware, I mean you have to be in there. You have to understand what you're learning. You just don't learn to learn. You don't need to know all of everything. Like I told you, you don't need to know everything. You need to know what is useful and discard everything that is unuseful. Okay, Bruce Lee said it best. Okay, when he created his martial arts, it's called Jeet Kune Do. And what Jeet Kune Do was at the time, it was kind of this style that was you had karate, you had Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you had Japanese jiu-jitsu, you had sumo wrestling, you had American wrestling, you had all these different martial arts forms. When Jeet Kune Do came out, when Bruce Lee created Jeet Kune Do, he just took a little bit of everything that was around. He started taking a little bit of everything around and he made Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do was the basis, okay? It was the basis for what we see now with mixed martial arts, when we see the UFC or we see the fighting, okay? And fighting has come a long way, all right? I love the martial arts. I don't like violence, but I love martial arts. I think it teaches us so much discipline. It teaches us self-defense. It teaches us confidence. I love it. My brother, he's more of the fanatic with the I think he likes to see more of the blood and all of that. I just like it for the discipline. I love it to see people that were picked on or that were having a hard time growing up become heroes, become strong and defend their family and defend their name. I love that. I love that story. Okay, so what you know, and what you become competent with, so you're consciously competent, you're knowing what you're learning, that is where the wheels meet the road, and that's where the car goes to the destination, baby. Okay? When the wheels hit the road, when the wheels hit the road, that's when you're actually learning, okay? So you know that you're learning. Let me give you an example. Okay, we talked about not knowing what you don't know. We talked about knowing that you don't know. Okay, in this case, you would say an athlete. An athlete now knows he doesn't know enough, so he goes and gets a trainer. A failing piano player knows that he doesn't know everything. He has a great ears, but he does not know scales. He does not know circle of fifths. He does not know triads. You can tell I love music too. That failing piano player goes and consciously, competently hires a piano teacher. Okay, a nursing student. Okay, a nursing student, someone that wants to actually become consciously competent. And thank God we have rigorous standards and rubrics that you have to pass in order to take care of people. Can you imagine how many people just wish they could just hold, take care of sick lives in their hands? Thank God we have such a rigorous process in America, at least, to be a healthcare provider. Like myself, I had to go through loops and hoops to become an RT. Consciously competent, okay? You are consciously, competently going to school, learning the information, studying the anatomy cards, doing the labs, learning this, talking to that person. You are consciously, competently locking in all that information so you become the best damn provider, okay? When you have lives in your hands, when you're a police officer, when you're a judge, a nurse, or a doctor, I don't want to hear that shit. You better be very consciously competent when you work on me or any of my family. You hear me? I know you feel me right now. I know you feel me. Please like, subscribe, share this, comment below. I'm giving out value all the time. Okay, lastly, we said all of that to say this. This is where you want to be in the learning model. You want to be right here. You want to be unconsciously competent. You want to be unconsciously competent. Unconsciously, okay? So you want to be that piano player that has consciously competently has listened to the trainer, listened to the piano teacher, and has learned the scales and has learned it so damn good that is locked in. They don't even have to think about it. They're playing the scales and they're playing all the music, all the music that make their heart, make the crowd go wow. They're doing that because they took the conscious, competent route, okay? First off, they weren't like the people that didn't know what they didn't know, right? They weren't those people. They were the people that first off said there's information that they needed to know that they don't know, and they're not going to play like they know everything. And then secondly, they said, let me go get the trainer. Let me go get the mentor. Let me go find models to model myself after. Okay? Tesla wasn't the first cars being made. Toyota wasn't the first cars being made. Subaru wasn't the first cars being made. They modeled themselves after successful car companies. Do you get what I'm saying? Please like, subscribe, comment below. And lastly, unconscious competence. Unconscious competence. So, if you drive, like all my drivers here, all the people that still have their license because they're valid, they didn't do no stupid shit, and now their license is suspended. Come on now. Are you unconsciously incompetent? That's a different conversation. So if you still have your license, you are unconsciously competent. You can drive right now. You can put your feet up while you're driving. I don't recommend it. You can sip a cup of coffee, continue to drive. You can have an argument with your mom, your dad, your brother. You can have an argument with all of them at the same time, still drive, reach over, slap your crazy child in the back seat, and still drive. All of this I do not recommend. Okay? You get my point? When you're so good at something, when you're so locked in and you have took the time out to be consciously competent at it, you're that nurse on the floor. You got your shit so tight. You having conversations with people and people over you got patients in the other room dying, but you taking care of that. You keeping them alive because you got it locked in. You know what drugs to give them. You know what they need. You checking on them. You're great at time management because that was a part of your training, your conscious competence. Okay? Look. We don't just become unconsciously competent. You can't just jump through all of those levels. You can't just jump straight from not knowing what you don't know to unconscious competence. You have to train. You have to train your body. You have to train your mind. You have to train. You have to reprogram. In another video, we're going to talk about programs, reprogramming and programs, and why that is slowing you down from your success. I'm going to keep this video short, but this is where you want to be. You want to be unconsciously competent, okay? And remember what I said. You don't want to stay here. You don't want to just say, okay, I know what I know. I can drive. I can put my feet up and drive. I can slap the kids in the back. I can have arguments on it. I can do all of that shit. No. You need to constantly update yourself, okay? You need to consciously know that you don't know everything. You need to consciously realize that even though you don't know everything, you know enough, okay? And hold on, when I say enough, I don't mean you stop learning. When I say enough, I mean you know enough to know that you don't know enough. I'm probably losing some people right now, but it's okay, because you know what? They were meant for failure anyway, and they're not teachable. They're not coachable. They're not teachable. And like I said at the beginning of this video, you have to be teachable. You have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to change. Besides selling your soul or selling your ass or something like that. You know, certain things that you can't be willing to do. You gotta be able to stand up and say no to and refuse. And that's being consciously competent. You get what I'm saying? Man, I'm over here preaching. Hey, I love y'all. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wrap up this video. If you like what you heard today, please like, subscribe, comment below, hook your boy up. Let's build a following. We gonna do this. We gonna do this right. 2021. We chasing after them dreams. You know, we accomplishing goals. We pushing back those haters, and we focusing on the road right ahead forward. All right. This has been another Success Mind Coaching with your boy De Lamar, $1 Million Cabreas. I love y'all, tribe. I love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Peace. Be great. Let's be greater, baby.